Welcome to Rewatch First Watch. I'm Keyblade Spirit, your rewatcher of Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken.
Please keep your hands off Eizouken. And I'm Lumia.
Yes, she's just finished watching Eizouken for the first time.
It's a show.
It's the finale of the show.
This was a good finale. I mean, I've said that for every single episode of this show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed being able to see the final animation, how they dealt with last episode. And then as our entire cast of characters entered crunch time where they all physically died.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me you had a lot to say about that.
Yeah, it reminded me when I was in crunch time and workshop, which is our big class, which is where we have a specific deadline to make an entire game. So that just the way, the feel, the emotions were the exact same. I remember just working all night on a game on my assets last minute to get everything in. I had a time limit about a few hours, 12 hours before everyone else because they had to implement it into creative ways. So they didn't give me a lot of time. They gave me, oh God, I had like till noon to get everything in. If it wasn't in by noon, it didn't count. So I was modeling and texturing longer than I ever have. And just like as we see in the show, with our characters having, bags under their eyes, being dead, wanting to die, that's the general feeling. It's great. See it replicated perfectly. I'm sure that's normal for anime creators.
Yeah, it's probably even worse for anime creators than what we saw.
Oh, I'd imagine. That's probably like every episode, honestly.
Yeah. Like, I know that one of the things that, like, this is, like, half rumor, half true from what I can gather, or, like, beach episodes in anime are always the episode where that they use to take a break, get a little bit of breathing room, and then get back on schedule for the next few episodes. Because all you have to do in a beach episode, supposedly, is get some hot girls in bikinis and do some panning shots. And maybe a little bit of animation for story purposes.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that's true. Ish. Huh.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah, Kantent talked a lot about that on their in their Aramanga Sensei video. So go check that out.
What, you're linking to the anime?
No, I'm not linking to them. I'm just saying go check them out because
Oh.
I'm not going to watch Aramanga Sensei to do a review series on it.
I watched Aramanga Sensei.
Why?
Let's move on.
Yes.
So I just really appreciate seeing that struggle brought to real life. I'm not going over why I watch bad anime. You can't tell me what to do, Dad.
I'm not your dad.
Fit MC, is that you?
I'm not your dad.
Oh my God, it is Fit MC.
We should try to get him as a guest sometime.
What? I don't think it's anime.
He plays video games, though. Anyway, we've got to get back on topic. I'm sorry, audience. It's morning, and we're both... Okay. Lumi is goofy, and I'm tired.
He hates me in the morning.
I don't hate you in the morning. I just hate people in the morning.
You hate me in the morning. That's what really matters. Yeah, so we got to see the really cool way that, that's done. And then, like everything else, the minute you finish, you want to jump right back into it. Except for me, where I took a week away from working on any 3D models because I hated my life during that period of time. But it was so good to see the final product done, even though it's not done yet. I hope it's out by the time this video comes out. If it's not, I'm gonna be a little sad. Wait,
Yeah.
when does this video come out again?
This video comes out in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh. No, it's not gonna be out by then.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm gonna go back to talking about the episode itself and rather than my experience with art, because I think more people care about that than my experience. Unless more people care about that. I don't know.
Well, I think
both are
I
interesting.
think your experience is very relevant to the episode, so that's probably people are probably interested enough in that.
Yeah. So at least from my experience, it's accurate, except for a college student compared to in industry.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
but
they're
it was-
high school students, so they probably got it slightly better than you did, even.
We had more time than them and a bigger team, and we were making a game, not an animation. So I have no clue who had it easier.
That's fair.
They could work. Well, they didn't have Shabib grading them, so that's my argument. Oh god, that's gonna give me away if anyone won. Oh well, fuck you.
Yeah. He's the guy who's reading the book, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually. Yeah. But this episode continued on the final stretch, the big mistake that happened last minute. That happened to us as well. For some reason, all my textures broke.
What?
The night before.
Oh no.
So we had to do a mass re-import into the engine.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, we got them all fixed.
Oh, that's
Except
good.
for 2 that no one told me were broken when I said I'm done for now. If you need me anything, let me know. Which were the 2 most important ones about the statues. And the statues are like the narrators of the game. And their textures are fucked up.
Oh no.
And I worked hard on those textures. Oh god, and there was like a table texture I saw during the demo that was broken. All my textures were broken at the release for the teacher. That was awful.
Oh no.
I'm the sole reason that we got only 2.5 instead of 4 points on that.
Oh.
That was rough. But we did, and I passed with a B. That's all that really matters.
Yes. All that matters is that the product was good enough to be successful.
I think the teacher said it was good enough to be on Steam because it was better than most things on Steam. Think about every game, about all the team's projects.
Yeah, I mean, most of what's on Steam, comparing to most of what's on Steam, is not a compliment anymore.
I know, but I mean, we're in the top 20 percentile.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're better than all the other shitty indie games.
Yeah, I've seen footage of Requiem. It's not an asset flip, so that's...
I made the assets!
Yeah, exactly. So that's immediately plus 3 or 4 points.
Half of everything, at least half of everything is textured by me.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I did a lot of texture work on that game. Ugh. My work is good, even though I don't actually care that much about Requiem. Look, it's not my kind of story. It's just, I don't know how to put it. It's just fun making stuff,
I agree, even though what I make isn't necessarily stuff.
Yeah, it's just something. It's you go in and you make a model, an asset or something, and you're just it's done. How does it look? And you're looks good enough. And you're yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I am genuinely really proud of all the thumbnails that I make.
You should be. I like your thumbnails a lot.
Yeah.
I like the one thumbnail I made.
Yeah, that was good too.
Thank you. You're really getting good at the thumbnail game.
Oh, I'm glad.
I honestly think you're make some of the best thumbnails.
That's awesome to hear. If Tone Kent doesn't succeed, maybe I can just get a job designing people's thumbnails.
I just think you need to add a few more characters to it, how some YouTubers have 6 characters in the the spring ones, I think that would like push it to the top.
Yeah, yeah.
But you could definitely get a job as a thumbnail creator. That's a job people get.
Okay.
I could see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Either way,
Yeah, we should.
it was
Yeah.
it was fun seeing everything come together. Then them selling their their DVDs at the school. I still don't know how Kanamori got the DVDs printed without the DVD company.
Oh, I think what happened was, okay, I think with that, what she did was, like, at the last minute, she pulled some blackmail shit on, like, a club specifically dedicated to DVD creation.
What a strange school where that's a club.
Yeah, we've seen... How many weird clubs have we seen at this school?
No, I'm not calling it out. It's fine. It's just like that's like a really weird club.
Yeah. Like this show has pretty clearly established that.
No, it definitely has.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm calling it as a bullshit thing. I'm just saying it's just weird to me that that's a club that exists. You know?
Yeah. No, it is funny, and I like how seeing all of these weird clubs be established. It feels like the purpose of that is to set up that whatever Kanamori needs, she can get from some club in the school.
Yeah, it definitely does work that way. I mean, I could believe there would be a sound club, a film club, anime research club. Yeah.
Yeah, German
Mega
marching club.
You're stretching a lot there.
Yeah.
The Juice Club.
Yeah, the Fight Club.
I don't think there was a Fight Club in this one.
Well, yeah, but like I'm looking to the future. I could see there being a Fight Club, and then, like, in the future, they use the Fight Club to rotoscope some animations.
I bet you that's where we'll see a familiar face.
Who?
Mako!
Oh, yes, maybe.
Mako's Fight Club in Eizouken when?
Yes. Yes. I mean, that would genuinely be a really fun crossover.
Look, Fight Club Mako is one of my favorite designs ever.
I don't blame you.
It's in it's so good. It's so perfect. It's so referencey. It's so
Yeah.
so perfect. I love it. I love Kill la Kill. It's my favorite anime.
Yeah. Getting back to Eizouken.
Oh yeah.
I loved the you mentioned that they were selling the DVDs at the school. They actually weren't.
No, not the school. At Comic-Cat. My bad.
Okay. Yeah, Comet to A. which is clearly just their copyright safe version of Comic-Cat.
Yeah.
It felt like they sold how crowded it could get, like, indoors, but outside it felt really sparse for some reason.
It felt weird that there was like some person selling an 8-year-old quilt.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an 8-year-old quilt. It was the quilt that she took 8 years to make.
I mean, why? Oh, that doesn't really feel anime to me. Is that a thing that happens at Comic-Cat?
Yeah, like I could see it being like a corruption on Comic-Cat.
Okay.
Like the idea of this is that this is like this event in this world is everybody selling their stuff that they've made, and like anime is like the focus of that, but there's also the other stuff, and also and also that lady who was selling those quilts. I got the impression that maybe she was like putting on an act with how hard she went on. It took me 8 years to make this quilt. I
mean, if you're gonna sell it for 8 years of work, I mean, you're gonna make a lot. I was thinking like How much did she sell that for? So she could make like a decent amount of money back if it took her 8 years.
Yeah. No, see, what I'm thinking is maybe it took her like 8 years to perfect the design, and then she made the actual quilt in like a month.
I was mainly just thinking like, what's the monetary value of that quilt that she would sell it for?
Yeah, like if it actually took her 8 years to make.
So I thought, well, it's got to be worth 8 years worth of salary working a decent time. And that's when I realized this is really expensive.
Yeah,
Probably a few $100,000. I don't want to do the yen conversion. Like, what is it, like
a few
20,
million yen.
well, it'd be like 20 million yen or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I don't know. I think 8 years of someone's life is worth $200,000 at
yeah,
least.
yeah. But also
Someone's life.
yeah. I mean, I don't believe it actually took 8 years for her to make.
Why are you making an assumption of a character who doesn't appear, who barely appears? She's a background character.
I know, but they gave her enough character. Like the way she performed that line, it just gave me the impression of
What if the
she was
voice
trying
actor
to.
was just bad at her job?
I don't believe that. I really feel like she was like putting on an act or trying to make it seem more impressive than it was or something like that.
I think she was scared because she's a NEET. This is the only thing she does with her life, and this is how she's going to. This is how she needs to make money so she can live for the next 8 years. I think she's scared. I don't appreciate you mocking the was it a quilt? The quilt fandom.
Yeah, I don't. It looked
Me
more.
and my quilt will come for you.
It looked more like a textile, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
all. It's also possible that it's a mistranslation, and it was like, "How long have you been making these textiles?" You know. And then she says 8 years, and I was like, "Oh, she's really experienced." Like that's just really. That seems like the kind of mistranslation that would happen. I didn't actually understand the words they were saying, so you know.
I'm gonna stick with that. She's a NEET. This is the only living she has. She needs the money. Um, I'm sticking with this theory. You can't convince me that she's a fraud. I'm supporting the textile heads. We got this, textile boys. We'll prove you wrong, fake fan.
I'm not a fake fan if I'm not pretending to be a fan.
You hate this girl.
I don't hate her. No, it's not true.
No, you're not supporting her dreams. You're calling her a fraud. You're a monster.
She's not a fraud. She's just playing it up like Hanamori does.
Hanamori hasn't played up anything. She's only said nothing but the truth.
No, but look, okay, so like here's one of the classic acts that Kanamori has done. In this very episode, a few minutes later, she has Mizusaki and Asakusa take bags to put over their heads, right?
Yes.
And she knows that that's not going to really anonymize Mizusaki at all. Anonymize. She knows that's not going to really hide Misasaki's identity. But she also knows that the appearance of trying to hide her identity is going to be attractive to people. It's going to make their product more marketable.
Yeah, she didn't lie.
Yeah, she didn't lie, but she's also being, like, truthfully deceptive. You know? Like, she's telling an exact truth.
I think this makes me feel more Machiavellian than you. Because I don't see an issue with this.
Yeah. No, like, it's a really good... I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it's... like deceptive doesn't necessarily mean bad. It's just deceptive, and it's a good way of doing that.
I love anime.
I also love anime.
Um,
Yeah.
the short was cool.
Yeah, the short was really good.
Yeah, they had aliens. I mean, well, they weren't aliens, but they fought and they shot, and it was really well animated. It was very Masaki Yuasa.
Yeah, I really loved the like. You remember a few episodes ago they showed the jellyfish swimming outside of the ramen shop,
Yeah,
and then they used the way the jellyfish moved as inspiration for how the UFOs would move.
yeah.
I felt like that was really cool.
I mean, I like when they did that for everything that was a reference to something else.
Yeah,
Like seeing the water actually vibrate from the old horn thing that was going off.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
the what else was there? I'm trying to remember all the cool things that were just like homages to other things. 'Cause the easy one was like the walking stuff and the chopstick stuff that we saw. I mean, they really showed how an anime puts character into things and how they get ideas for things, which was really, really nice and appreciated.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Like I remember this story about how Disney once paid one of their animators to just go to the beach and study how the tides move. I think it was for Mulan that they did that for.
Ooh, that's awesome. I still need to see Mulan.
It's a good movie. But anyway, and so that kind of thing is kind of channeled here in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's something every animator has to do if they're trying to become a good animator, study movements.
Yeah. Yeah, and all kinds of movements.
Yeah.
Because that,
You don't know what's going to help you.
yeah. Yeah, because a lot of these things, like the jellyfish movement being applied to the UFO blast off animation,
Mm-hmm.
that was genuinely really creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never would have expected that out of that kind of movement out of a flying saucer. But it just transitions between the two forms perfectly.
It was really, really cool. I love that at the end, the director girl, whose name I still forget, fell asleep the same way to her first anime, as you pointed out.
Yeah. Yeah, I realized at that moment that wasn't really her first anime. That was. It's like even more significant than the first anime she watched.
It's the
Because,
one that made her fall in love with anime.
yeah, well, the one that made her want to make her own anime.
Yeah.
And so seeing that book ended in her watching her own anime and falling asleep to it in like the exact same uh, sushi roll esque blanket formation. That was really cool.
Yeah. And then when she woke up, her first thought was, let's do it again. It's
Yeah.
not perfect. I'm going to do it again until it's perfect. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. And then she immediately goes right, it cuts immediately right back to her going to school, her rolling into the club room
With a
and
new idea.
yeah, with a new idea and just immediately making all these gestures that makes us know, oh, she's got a brand new idea and we're gonna see that someday. You know?
I know. It was great. It was really, really great. I had a blast with this show. This was beautiful. I really love seeing anime about making anime. Well, I just like seeing art about making art.
Yeah. I'm really looking for I really do now want to continue watching continue reading the manga if it ever gets translated more.
Let me know if it's good.
Yeah, it probably has by now. Like I won't start it from the beginning.
I don't blame you. I normally don't when I'm reading manga of stuff I've already seen, unless it's been many years.
Yeah, but also like, but at the time that this anime came out, the manga was right up to this point.
Okay.
So like, there won't be that much more for me to read.
I see. I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it was great. My final score for this anime is a 9 out of 10.
Yes, my original final score was a 9 out of 10. But after rewatching and seeing all the little things that I missed, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 this time.
Ooh. Maybe we'll have to do an anime 3x3 soon.
Maybe, but I'm not sure. Like my I'm pretty sure this is already on my 3x3. But I don't really have that much to explain with my 3x3. Plus I'd have to rewatch a bunch of stuff on my 3x3 first.
Okay.
Because
Well,
it's largely, I wouldn't say it's outdated, but like I said, I need to rewatch some stuff.
hopefully in the future then.
Yes, hopefully.
Well, bye everyone. Like, subscribe, and comment about what
Yes.
your favorite Eizouken moment is.
Yes, what's your favorite Eizouken moment? What's your favorite part of the creative process? Bye!
Mine's the gays.